Namaste, everyone. Welcome to our virtual museum tour. Today, we are diving into one of the most oldest and most diverse religions ever, Hinduism.
That's right. Hinduism isn't just a religion. It's a culture of philosophies shaping our daily lives and philosophies. Today, we will dive down into its history, arts, sacred texts, and more. So what are we waiting for?
Now, sit back and relax as we journey through the beliefs of Hinduism.
Hinduism is often called the world's oldest living religion, with roots going back more than 3,500 years. Its earliest traces appear in the Indus Valley Civilization, around 3,300 BCE. Archaeologists even discovered Pashupati's seal, which shows a figure resembling Shiva.
Later, during the Vedic period, the sacred texts called the Vedas were composed. These texts praise deities like Agni, the fire god, and Indra, the storm god. This was also the time when the Varna system, or social classes, were established.
But Hinduism didn't stay the same. The Upanishads pushed the focus inward, asking questions about the soul, karma, and liberation. Then came the great epics, the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, which spread Hindu ideas to people of all classes.
Over centuries, Hinduism adapted to new influences, from Bhakti devotional movements to reformers like Swami Vivekananda during colonial times.
Now, let's talk about the heart of Hinduism, its core beliefs. Hindus believe in Brahman, the ultimate reality that exists everywhere and in everything. At the individual level, each person has an Atman, or soul, which is connected to Brahman. To live rightly, Hindus follow Dharma, or moral duty. Every action creates consequences, which is called karma. Together, karma and dharma shape one's journey through samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth.
But the ultimate goal is moksha, liberation from this cycle. When the soul unites fully with Brahman, that's a spiritual freedom. Hindus also following the teaching from sacred texts like Vedas and practice ahimsa, or non-violence, which has inspired global leaders like Gandhi.
Hinduism has an enormous library of sacred texts. The Vedas are the oldest. These are divided into 4 collections: the Rig Veda, Samaveda, Yajur Veda, and the Atharva Veda.
Then we have the Upanishads, which dive deep into philosophy. But Hinduism tells its stories to epic narratives like the Mahabharata, which is one of the longest poems in the world, includes the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna teaches about duty and devotion. Then lastly, Ramayana, which tells the stories of Prince Yama and his fights against evil.
Other texts like the Puranas bring myths and legends alive, while law codes like the Dharmatrashtas set ethical rules. These texts are the foundation of Hindu wisdom and practices.
One of the most recognizable Hindu symbols is It represents the sound of the universe, past, present, and future, all in one.
Another powerful image is Shiva. The sculpture shows Shiva dancing in a circle of fire, symbolizing creation, preservation, and destruction.
And in temples, we'll often see murtis, sacred statues of the divine. These aren't just symbols, but living embodiments of the divine once they're blessed. Worshippers connect with these gods through these images.
Hindu rituals connect the everyday to the divine. There are daily rituals like Sandhya prayers, chanting the Gayatri mantra, or offering flowers and incense in puja.
Then there are samskaras, or life cycle rituals, like Namakarana, the naming of a baby, or Anistesti, funeral rites with cremation. Festivals are also huge. From Diwali, the festival of lights, to Holi, the festival of colors.
Hindus also take pilgrimages, like the Kumbh Mela, the largest religious gathering in the world, held every 12 years. These rituals keep the community and the faith alive across centuries.
Hindu temples, called mandirs, are more than just places to pray. They're seen as the home of the deity on earth, the innermost shrine, or the Garbhagriha. It holds the main murti of the god or goddess.
Worshippers remove their shoes, sometimes cover their heads, and perform puja with offerings of fruit, flowers, and incense. After the deity blessed the offerings, they shared back as prasad.
But worship doesn't only happen in these temples. Many families have small shrines at home, where daily devotion keeps them connected to the divine.
Hinduism has influenced the world in amazing ways. It shaped literature and linguistics. Hindu scholars gave us the concept of zero and the decimal system and early astronomy.
In medicine, texts like Sushruta Samhita lay the groundwork for surgery in Ayurveda, which is still practiced worldwide. And let's not forget festivals like Diwali and Holi, which is still celebrated across the globe, which unite people in joy and tradition.
So why does Hinduism still matter today? Its values, like karma, dharma, and moksha, still guide people living in ethical and meaningful lives. Its principles of ahisma connect strongly with modern environmentalism and social justice.
And practices like yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda are global wellness trends rooted in Hindu spirituality. Hinduism's flexibility and inclusivity allowed it to evolve with the times while holding on to its timeless truths.
We've seen how Hinduism has grown and adapted for thousands of years.
And how stories, rituals, arts, and culture continue to be part of the present world.
It also reminds us how spirituality can be deeply understood while being widely shared.
Thank you for joining our virtual museum tour in Hinduism. Namaste!